everyone, welcome back to my channel for another cleaning video. Today is not just one ordinary cleaning video. I'm actually sharing with you guys things that I don't do very often and things that I kind of dread doing. Ryan has actually taken the boys away for the day and for the evening to our cottage, and I am home with a little baby girl by myself. That's why you could probably hear her squirming in the background, because she's sitting here right next to me and it's just super cute. So in today's video, like I mentioned, I'm going to be cleaning all sorts of things, couch cushions, under different sinks, freezers, etc. Just trying to get some of this stuff organized, decluttered, and cleaned up. Sometimes it's very difficult with having 3 extra boys in the house with all the clutter and mess to be able to get some of these things done. So I'm just super happy to stay behind and clean all of these things. As you can see, I am starting off by cleaning my couch cushions. I am using the Method glass and surface cleaner as well as the scrub brush. I have a whole video dedicated to this if you guys are interested in seeing that. I will link it up in the cards and down below as well. But I just like to spray this all over the couch cushions and just scrub like you guys can see. Having these old beater couches is great when you have little ones at home. We actually contemplated buying new couches, but having young toddlers and then a baby who's going to be a toddler, it's just better off that we keep these couches for now since it is in our family room, and then get something nicer when the kids are a little bit older. We do allow them to eat snacks and things like that in here, so we want to make sure that they have a little bit of a free range when it comes to that and not be over worried about super expensive furniture. So I found this super cool way to just clean them up real quick, and it actually works really well. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Michelle. As you guys probably already heard, I have 4 children. My oldest is 9, and I have an 8-year-old and a 22-month-old boy as well. And then our youngest is just a 4-week-old baby girl, and she is so precious. But after being in the NICU for almost 2 weeks and being away from the kids and the home and postpartum and all that, there is definitely so much work that needs to get done in the house that I have just been putting aside for the past couple weeks. Adjusting to life with 4 children has definitely been a little bit more difficult than what I had anticipated, but here we are. So moving on to our bathroom, I am just sorting out a bunch of stuff. My husband complains nearly daily that he cannot find anything in this basket full of crap. So I'm just here completely sorting it out, bringing some of the stuff to our cottage, also throwing out things that we don't need. I'm going to be donating those feminine pads as well. Being 4 weeks postpartum, no longer having postpartum bleeding, and this is not something that I would typically use just on a regular period, which I probably won't have for another year or so since I am exclusively breastfeeding, and that has just been my pattern. I'm going to donate them to a young woman here in my community who is in need. So I'm just using these little storage baskets from the Dollar Tree. They are super easy, convenient, they're so cheap. And I'm just going to be adding some of the basic things that we use.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati. I know that some might say that I am just a bad girl, but if you treat me right, I will be the best girl in this whole world. No, I'm not gonna bite. I got my hands on your body, so tell me what you want me to do. I can be good or be naughty, because there ain't nobody love you like I do.
Cleaning under the kitchen sink is a chore that I hate doing. I really do not enjoy this at all. But having super helpful 8 and 9-year-olds, and they put all their trash in the bin when they're done, and also help out clear tables, empty lunch kits. Not everything ends up in the trash bin, and when the trash bin is full, I have to tell you, they don't always want to empty it, so they kind of just close the door and everything kind of falls behind it. So this is definitely a chore that is done frequently in here, but it's also something that I've neglected quite a bit, as you guys can see. So I was just taking that time to quickly clean it up. Moving on to our freezer, as you guys can see, this is a disgrace. I am super embarrassed. I promise that is not mold down there. We actually had a can of pop explode in there, and I just really did not have the time or the desire to clean it up while I was super pregnant. So now that I'm alone and I don't have a toddler grabbing at everything, I'm just going to completely empty my freezer. As you guys can see, it's basically almost empty. We have no meat in here or nothing really in here. We keep a lot of the stuff in our deep freezer, and I was also trying to clear out some of these things so that I could spend some time cleaning it up. I actually got on my hands and knees and used a degreaser and a soap and just really scrubbed it up. This was absolutely disgusting. I knew that it was just pop, so I wasn't like overly concerned, but I see how gross it looks, and I was just so embarrassed when people were coming over and going into my freezer, and this is just not how I want to live my life, so I wanted to make sure that it was clean and just fresh. Like I said, most of these tasks I'm doing are not daily chores. They're just really things that had to get done, and they were just so much easier to do without having all the other ones here. So as we're reloading the freezer, I'm actually going to be putting all their popsicles in the top there, as you guys can see. I'm also going to be using that left-hand basket for some frozen fruit. We're really going to be promoting smoothies and things like that in our house this summer. All kinds of healthy snacks compared to the stuff that they were eating. We want to encourage the boys to make healthier choices when it comes to snacking. And since I was alone this morning, I had a ton of time on my hands, so I actually took the time to go to IKEA and get a few things that I needed for around the house and the cottage as well. So I ended up getting this clear glass container. This is just going to hold some dish soap. I know a lot of people probably don't think that this is necessary, and it probably isn't, but it just does make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and it just looks better on your kitchen counter. I would much prefer to put my dish soap away when I'm done using it underneath the sink or something, but my husband definitely prefers to have it out. So here we are. I found the solution for everyone. Moving on to this plant, I also stopped by IKEA, like I mentioned this morning, picked up this bigger version of the pot that I had, and I just need to move this aloe plant into a bigger pot. This one here is clearly not doing very well in this tiny pot, and I was just really waiting because I don't go to IKEA very often, and I knew that I wanted to get this specific pot. So I'm just going to move it over and transplant it into this one here. I love having greenery in my house. I don't have that many. We probably only have, I think, 4 houseplants right now, but I'm definitely looking into getting some macrames to have some hanging plants maybe in my bedroom or in our family room. Hopefully we can get that, and I just really love the look and the freshness of having fresh plants around the house.
Remember when you said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us. Said we wouldn't be like all the others, fight and hurt each other. Not us. But we let each other down, yeah. Yeah, we let each other down, But we let each other down.
Alright, so now that our main living area is all cleaned up, I'm moving on to my bedroom. I know this doesn't look like my bedroom. It looks like a complete wreck, and I actually hate this corner in my bedroom. I know I'm saying hate a lot, and I probably shouldn't, but I do not favor this corner. This is actually my son Alex's computer and his desk and all of that as well. This room never used to be our bedroom, and he had his computer in here. And then it became our bedroom when we were making our little baby girl's nursery, and we just did not feel it was right to have his computer in his bedroom. He is only 9.5, and that just didn't seem okay to us. So for the time being, his computer is in our bedroom, which is fine, but this is definitely a catch-all for mail and all kinds of paper products, kids' schoolwork, you name it, it ends up on this desk all the time. It is the first piece of furniture when you walk into our home, and it just ends up being so cluttered. The big, bulky, black computer and all of the Fortnite stuff is already not appealing to me. So having all the stuff sitting on the desk is definitely not ideal. I actually got a few shelves when I went to IKEA earlier. You'll see them in just a minute. And I'm hoping to put those up on the wall in front and on the side of this computer desk, just to make it look a little bit better, maybe with some decor on it, a couple plants or something like that. And then hopefully down the road at some point, I will be able to get a iMac Pro or something like that so that I can edit better. It's just going to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing as well. But for the time being, we are not focusing on the inside of our home. We are actually getting our yard done for spring and summer. We live in a really cold climate, and having our yard set up for the summer is definitely going to be super awesome for the kiddos. As you guys can see, I'm just moving on to the inside of the desk right now, and it has been completely torn apart and in shambles. And I really don't have an excuse for it. I was going to say I was in the hospital, I didn't have time. You know what? I've probably had the time. Just something else has always been more of a priority to me. So I'm just quickly cleaning this up, just getting a little bit more organized, because when the kids ask for pencils or pens to do their schoolwork, that really upsets me because we have so many of them, and it's just knowing where they are and making sure that everything is at its place is going to be so awesome. As you guys probably just noticed a second ago, there's some oxygen tanks sitting on the floor there. Those are our to-go oxygen tanks for our daughter when we're on the go. I did talk briefly about her needing oxygen in her NICU story. I am mentioning it as well in her 1 month update that's coming up in just a couple days, so stay tuned for that one as well. And now I'm just taking a few seconds to quickly clean up her dresser, or our dresser, I should say. This is actually in our master bedroom, which is on the main floor. We just thought it would be more efficient to bring some of her things down here. You guys probably saw her dresser organization video, but this just made more sense for us, having a toddler and being super busy and active. Instead of going upstairs every time we need to do a bum change, which is about 10 or 12 times a day, when you have such a small newborn, we thought it would just be easier to have it down here. We also have her bath supplies, some socks. She actually has a drawer in our dresser where we keep some sleepers and onesies and things like that as well. So I just thought I'd quickly organize all of this through, because being on top of our dresser, it can kind of accumulate things real quick. We typically don't put any of our things in there, but some of her stuff will just get thrown in there, even though it probably shouldn't be.
That we were better than all of the others. Just us. Said we would let things come between us, let love will not be dust.
And can we all take a moment to just appreciate the sweet sleeping baby girl on my bed? Isn't it so wonderful to have a sleeping newborn in your life, or just around? They do so well. It's just so different than having a super loud toddler or some boys as well. I am such a blessed mama, and I'm just so thankful to be having a baby girl as well. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for watching this clean with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, like I said before, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you later, guys.